Tarisland. Some great news coming for this game. It has been officially announced by a developer in the Discord that there will be a Chinese beta that will be on the June of 8th, and there'll be an English beta also in the month of June, maybe a little bit later. So I will letting you guys know everything you need to know about the beta, and we'll be talking a little bit about the PvP because a lot of people have some questions about the PvP. So let's jump right into the video. So there is content out there from Steparu who played the Chinese beta, but it is in English. Now this is not the English beta that we're going to be getting. It's a translated version of the Chinese beta, which I confirmed with the Tarisland team. Now the beta itself, again, the Chinese one is coming out 8th of June, and the global or English one is announced later this month. So if you have pre-registered, you have a chance to get into it and play it. If you want to play the Chinese one, you have to go through like VChat and confirmations and QQ chat. Instead of going through all that headache, the best thing to do is probably just wait for the English one, which will be coming out in June. Now, I will be getting access to the beta. I don't know if I'll be under NDA, but hopefully not. So I'll be playing it and hopefully making video for you guys if I am allowed to, of course. But so far, I have to say Tarisland is looking promising. I told you guys since day one, a lot of you guys were skeptical about the game when I first made the video. There were a lot of people, content creators out there that were bashing this game, but I was telling you that this is the game, guys. Now, looking at the combat itself, it is fluid. You have a lot of skills. You can move while attacking. The skills feel polished. The skills feel good. The world looks amazing. And now taking a look at the PvP, because there has been a lot of questions about the PvP generally. People are asking if there's going to be a world PvP or what kind of PvP there is. And what we know so far from the beta and from what we have seen is there's not going to be any type of flagging PvP where you can just flag in the open world and fight. But this might be something that will come down later down the road. But there is a lot of PvP options out there for those of you who enjoy PvP. There is a lot of stuff to do. The main focus on their PvP is that they have a 10 versus 10 mode, which is like where you need corporations like small scale 10v10, like capture the flag, hold bases, stuff like that. So that is what's going to be a lot of focus on. But there will also be like 3v3 modes and 1v1 modes, and overall I think the PvP looks amazing. It looks great, and I think it's a great start because, let's be real, everybody's going to be getting into this game. It is going to be a lot of PvE focus in this game, but it will also have PvP aspects, right? So having this game doesn't necessarily need a flagging system or a world PvP system. It has already a lot of good stuff in place, but I hope like in the future we don't need like a flagging PvP, but maybe like an instance where you can enter, or a zone that you can enter where people are flagged, which they most likely will implement going in the future. If they already have these type of PvP modes where they can support 10 versus 10, it will most likely get to larger scale. So there'll be like battlefield maps, and the combat in these videos, the PvP, I think looks absolutely amazing. It does remind me a lot of Crusaders of Light, which also was a similar type of game. But what Crusaders of Light did was the game was out too early for its time. It had a lot of issues. The engine couldn't support it, but I see no issues with that when it comes to Tarisland. The gameplay looks very fluid. I highly doubt there will be any stutters or lags when it comes to the gameplay itself. So it will be supporting some fun PvP for those who love PvP, because myself, guys, I do enjoy PvP. I love having the ability to compete and have leaderboards and do PvP. So I am really hoping that they deliver on that. From what we've seen so far, it's very little. It is beta gameplay. We don't know how it will be at global launch, but I only see it getting better. So very exciting. The PvP looks great. The skills, the gameplay looks great, and there's a lot of good research that has been done. Shout out to Alstern from the Discord who gave me this PvP news. I appreciate him. But I have to say, when I play the beta myself, that's when we'll actually know how the game is, right? And find a little bit more about the PvP, because right now you can find like a tons of videos on Chinese websites about the PvP, how it looks, how it feels, but you don't really know until you try it yourself, right? So we'll have to see it when it is ready. But again, keep in mind, guys, this will be the first beta, and I'm very excited that they're launching the English beta in the same month as the Chinese beta. It's so rare to see. I'm so happy for that, because usually we have like the Eastern launch and the Eastern beta, and then months later we get like the English. Like you see it with Blue Protocol, you see it with Thrones and Liberty, all these games. The Western, we have to wait so long before we get to play it, but they are doing it so good. They're releasing at the same time, keeping the hype going, and hopefully when they finally launch the game, it will be the same. We won't what I really hope is it will launch for both regions, both Eastern and Western regions at the same time. But if they cannot do that, I hope it's between like a month at least. If it's like a Chinese launch and then we have to wait 3-4 months for the global or English launch, it's just gonna be like all the other games. I really hope it does not do that. So right now they're doing very good, amazing steps. I have to say the Discord community is popping. They are more involved. We got a developer joining this community very recently, so we're getting close to the beta, and it's gonna be a very exciting. So Tarisland is amazing hype. I am loving what I'm seeing. This definitely seems to be going the right direction, and will most likely be my next main mmorpg that I'm going to be playing, because there was a lot of titles announced this year which were going to be good, and they came out in beta and there were a lot of disappointments. But from what we've seen in this game, we will not having those disappointments. So very good news. Are you guys excited for Tarisland? Let me know in the comments below. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time.